getting back to things. I've set up this altar not for my ancestors, but for me, very specifically, because I realized that there's been a lot of areas of my life, including my spirituality, where I haven't asked myself how I feel about anything. And as I said in the community tab, I haven't really been able to balance my relationship between me and the gods because of that. And recognizing that, I decided this year we need to change that. So I will be doing some Halloween, Samhain, Day of the Dead stuff. But this is mainly what I'm doing. I'm just working on me. And I'm also trying to work on asking myself these questions without judgment. So, starting from here, you've seen this before. This is my little bell. I love bells. Always been obsessed with bells. And I love bells that you would find maybe in a metaphysical New Age shop. I especially love the stuff that comes from India and some of the Buddhist shops. So I love this one because it's so easily portable, it's light, and it has a great sound. And I also love dragons and metalwork. And I love gold. And I love how he's holding a little gold sphere. He's gorgeous. I think out of all my dragons, he's probably my favorite, or it, whatever. And then this is, whoops, don't destroy everything. Get that back up. It's hard to keep everything standing. I'll get to this in a minute. This is my little pirate box that I got, just one of those little touristy things from when I went to the Monterey Bay Aquarium and stayed for a while. If I can get it open. It's a wish box, and I decided to put Gebo, the rune, inside of it, and I'll probably put my self-love intention into this box with the rune. I purposely used the set of runes that I have the most trouble with, and I used this specific one because this specific one kept coming up in the reading. And what I really want to do is work on loving myself entirely, good, bad, but also recognizing that other people's not so great impressions of me are not my impressions of myself, and taking that back and deciding for myself how I feel. So this also represents me receiving, working on my receiving wealth, abundance of any kind. And I also love skulls too. I love nautical pirate stuff. Get that back up there. Okay, apparently this does not want to stay up here, so we might have to remove it, even though it looks good. This is a perfume bottle dedicated to Bast. I love Bast. I don't work with the goddess, but I feel like she's kind of around in the background. And I'm actually oddly realizing why I need to really consider Freya more, which is really interesting because I did not expect that. I love perfume. I love fragrance. Always have. I have not decided what I want to put in here. It does function as a perfume bottle, if I can get it out of here. Here you go, just so you can see it. So I think if I'm going to put anything in there, it's probably going to be Rosefire, which is, why I named myself that. It is my favorite fragrance in the entire universe. I also really like a lilac too. Oh no, I can't get it back in here. Hold on. All right, there we go. I think I'm going to put this here instead. Maybe that'll be a little bit better. I'll get to that. This is my Day of the Dead cat. My cousin got me from when she went to Mexico. You've probably seen it before, but I haven't brought it out in a really long time. And I love the idea of Day of the Dead. I love the idea of honoring the dead, and I also love cats. Since I was really little, I've loved Egyptian stuff too, and I haven't really nurtured that part of myself yet. Not for a long time. And as I said, I love skulls. This just really always says get in touch with your ancestors. Elder wisdom like nothing else. And it's a little bit different. It's not rose quartz. It's not some of the more popular crystals. I think it might be sandstone with some kyanite growing through it. I am not entirely sure. But that's another thing that I've realized about myself too, is that even though I started with a crystal practice, I actually don't love crystals like you would think. It was just the easiest way to make things accessible. And that was a big aha moment for me. I like stone, I like cast iron, I like metal, as I said, and metalwork. I like wood. And so that was a big, like, wow, we've got to change some things about your practice. This is my, what is this? Pathfinders, I think it's called. My animal deck. I love these cards, and I love animals probably more than anything. When I was little, I had to have like all the little plastic animals, you know, just for collecting. This is my favorite pen right now, in my favorite color. Like, since I was little, I dreamed of having a pen either in yellow or gold that I could write in to sign things with. And I can't believe now it's actually here. This card has a really sad story to it. So my friend, when I believed I had friends, invited me to her wedding. And then she invited my mom. And then she made a big deal about, I really want you as the maid of honor, but I don't think you can do anything. And I was like, well, as a disabled person, like, I get that, but that's also very hurtful the more you talk about it. Like, it's your wedding. Just do whatever you want, because, like, I understand it needs to get done. Like, there are no hard feelings. And then she had the wedding in a different location without me and invited my mom and not me. And that was really hurtful, and I've been hanging on to this card. And it's so pretty. Like, I love that it's yellow flowers and it's tactile. It's soft. It feels like felt. And I love the shade of pink in here. And the message is so gorgeous. The message reads, you are someone who deserves to be surrounded by all that is special today and always. And so I decided, hell, I'm gifting this card to me. So what I'm planning on doing is signing the card, probably with my gender name. So I don't want to show this to you because this is going to be pretty personal for me. But I'm going to sign the card, and I might like decorate it, add embellishments. I'm not sure. It's just my way of saying I deserve it. And I don't really need to talk a whole lot about that anymore. This was another thing that I bought. I kind of felt bad about this one, but I almost couldn't resist it. I mean, a mini cauldron with 3 legs in cast iron with this inside. Like, oh my gosh, why are you doing this to me? Why? There's a little amethyst heart in there. There's glitter. I don't think there might be a few. Yeah, there's like little beads and things like this in here. So I'm not going to look in there completely because I want to play in it. I want to be like a little kid and open it up and just like play with the little objects inside. I like hearts. I know that they're totally an inaccurate symbol, but I like them anyway. And I'm not much of a purple fan, but when I do like purple, I always feel really self-conscious about it. So I thought it was interesting that it also had a purple and black aesthetic. So I'm kind of taking that back too and saying, you know what, it's okay. Like, it doesn't say anything about you, and the people that have done so in the past are just judgmental assholes. And I love this little embellishment too. That just made it really, really special. And the intention of this was to bring good vibes. And I was going to use it for my fairies at the time, but I'm not working with fairies anymore. So that is my plan. I hope you enjoyed this video. I think this is going to be really, really fun. If I fill the perfume bottle, I think it might actually be with peppermint or disinfectant, because I haven't decided if I want to put a teacup here and have tea with my ancestors, or just totally make this separate. And I'm tempted to make this totally separate. And peppermint can definitely be a good clarifier, but this candle smells so good. It just has a very sweet floral scent with maybe a hint of spice. And I am looking forward to celebrating in a very different way this year. All right, I'll see you next time.